Technology is so distracting. Too many devices, electronics, social media. My phone makes it hard to be productive. Hold up, have you forgotten? You control your devices, not the other way around. In fact, that means you can use technology to your advantage to level up more efficiently and effectively than ever. Hey team, it's Amy. You've requested a video about productive apps and websites, so today I'm going to share my favorites that have helped me stay healthy, organize my life, and so much more. I tried to organize them into categories. There's definitely some overlap, so I encourage you to still see all the apps and websites I talk about in today's video. There could be some golden nuggets that completely transform your efficiency game. Psst. At the end, I'll reveal an app that you never expect to be on this list. Let's go! Good habits make time your ally. Bad habits make time your enemy. James Clear, the author of Atomic Habits, a best-selling book, said this quote, and I swear by habits. So, in appropriate fashion, the first app is Habit. Yes, that's literally the name of the app. I have been using this app to track my top 5 habits that I'm trying to develop. Currently, it's things like increase my vocal range by singing more, dead hanging so my back doesn't hurt all the time, meditate, check WeChat, and I really love the simplicity of this app. I believe that simplicity in a new tool is key because you don't want to pick something too complicated where then you just give up using it after a few tries. Having a visual indicator of your progress, tracking your habits this way will keep you motivated. Like here, you can see I had a few day streak, so next time I'm gonna try to increase my streak of meeting all of my habits each day. On the free version, I believe you're limited to 5 habits, which I think is completely perfect actually, because you don't want to add on too many new habits at once. That's why in my videos, I always say, pick one tip to start trying consistently and then add on more. Habit is a great tool outside of your planner and your calendar to track yourself doing a little something that's good for you. Like anyone successful says, top athletes, successful CEOs, consistency is key.
You just have to be what most people aren't. Consistent.
Without commitment, you'll never start, but without consistency, you'll never finish.
In my video about how to stop comparing yourself, I talk about how it's so important that you create your own yearbook. This is a collection of achievements and obstacles you overcame in the past years. That way, when you're feeling down or need a boost of fire, you can just reference it and let it empower you to achieve even bigger and better things. And that's because, from my experience, I found that the most powerful source of inspiration is you, yourself. I make my yearbook on my iPad, but before I share what app I use to do it aesthetically, it's important to protect your devices too. We are real life people, not just internet people, so we also need good physical gear for our technology. I'm going to show you the coolest, most versatile iPad case that...
Where's my iPad?
Oops. Wait, this is perfect. Our resident student of the house can share how his studying experience is enhanced by ESR Gear, who is the kind sponsor of today's video. So, Sean, when do you use your iPad?
I use my iPad every day to take notes at Columbia. I read some of the course materials, which are horizontal, and then some of the notes are vertical.
Okay, so PDFs like this, and then lectures like this. Well, that seems so annoying if your iPad can only stand in one direction.
Yeah, but we don't have that problem because our shift and magnetic case has 6 unique modes and 9 different viewing angles. I like how I can use it on the couch, in class, and on my lap to review notes and readings.
Oh yeah, I like how we can watch Avatar on it during meal times, so we put it up at eye level so it's good for our necks. Wait, but isn't it heavy if it can transform so much?
Oh no, it's actually pretty light, but durable. I carry it in my backpack all the time, and the protected back case always stays on. You see, there's a case on the back of this iPad, inside this case.
Dang, okay, that's how it transforms. Wow. So it's durable, but what about the screen? It's just so vulnerable.
You forgot about the Emerald screen protector. It's easy to forget because you can't really see it, but it's the toughest tempered glass protector on the market.
Well, that's great. One fewer thing to worry about in our busy, efficient lives. Anything else you'd like to add, student Sean?
Level up your iPad game with ESR Gear. Linked in the description.
Yay, round of applause for Sean. So now that we have our iPad protected, here's the app I use to make my wonderful yearbook. It's called Freeform. Ta-da! This is what I have for 2024. As you see, I like using visuals, and then I draw with the calligraphy pencil descriptions of things I achieved in blue, and I even included rejections, like being rejected from Harvard here, because I think it's still an achievement because that means I tried. I put in June pictures of my parents and me going out to eat because I was really proud and happy for being able to treat them to nice meals. In August, I put a picture of my first in-person event with the A-team. Also down to this one in September where I worked really hard on a video that meant a lot to me. And even just that extensive effort, I found it really nice to look back at and remind myself that I can do something just as demanding yet fulfilling again. So these are all just examples from my life, but can hopefully inspire you to make your own yearbook. Freeform is really fun because you
can add little stickers and shapes, and you can paint with watercolors and crayons. You can really make this yearbook or any kind of picture as beautiful and creative as you'd like.
When I make this and when I draw flowers like I used to doodle in high school, it feels extremely therapeutic, and I think that using any kind of blank canvas app like this, there are probably a lot of equivalents on Android as well, it truly helps you slow down and just be absorbed in the moment of being like a kid again and painting on a blank sheet of paper. One more cool thing about Freeform in particular is that the page is literally endless. You can make it as big as you want. So I can draw here and then extend further and further. Be your own biggest cheerleader and remember to embrace your inner child. Okay, so we have very busy, chaotic lives, so maybe drawing, making your yearbook will take a little more time, but there's this tiny habit that only takes 5 minutes a day that has made a huge difference to my mental health, and that's meditation. I guess this is no surprise because many famous successful people swear by it, and I've been incorporating meditation into my routine ever since I graduated from Caltech. To meditate, I use the app Headspace on my phone, and I also like looking up YouTube videos, like just type in 5-minute meditation, and there are so many great options. With an endless variety of calm, soothing voices and encouraging affirmations, we really don't have any excuse to not meditate and to take some time just for us, to just sit internally with this wonderful person that's been with us our entire lives. Seriously, as someone who has always thought that I was too busy to meditate, so silly of me, if I have been able to sit cross-legged in my office chair and take a few minutes of bliss, then you can too, and I promise it's gonna make a world of difference. Transition. Do you always feel tired? To have a restful night of sleep, it's important to 1, have a consistent sleep schedule, and 2, have a wind down period before bed where you reduce your phone usage or not use it at all. On iPhone, and I think that Android will have an equivalent, in the health app, I'll put my sleep goal of 8.5 hours and put my wind down time. For me, it's 30 minutes. Then this app will automatically connect with your clock to help you set your alarm according to your wind down and sleep goal. For example, with my sleep goal of 8.5 hours, if I go to bed at 11:30, then it's automatically gonna set the timer alarm to be at 8 a.m. And not only that, but it will automatically create space for you to have that wind down time, because 30 minutes before my bedtime of 11:30, my phone is going to go on sleep mode and have no notifications and nothing distracting on the front screen. Take advantage of automations like wind down periods and do not disturb mode to help you break free of your devices. Kind of an ironic point in this video. Use technology to break away from technology. I'm a boomer. I wouldn't try Notion for the longest time, but then in early 2023, I converted my system of notes, to-dos, and shared documents all onto Notion, and it has been a chef's kiss game changer. I'm someone who's pretty lazy when it comes to figuring out new tools, but I created a simple yet effective system in Notion. I use it for 3 main ways. Number 1, organizing all my tasks and to-dos outside of my calendar. Number 2, to manage all the content I make on YouTube, my podcast, Instagram Reels, Instagram posts, literally everything social media. And number 3, to organize my overthinking brain's many thoughts and to journal. To organize my tasks, I use a Kanban board that I created and made so it's basically like a planner but in digital form. A Kanban board is a time management system where you can be flexible with your tasks, put them in different priority orders, and link small tasks with bigger pursuits. So as you see in my Kanban board, it's all of my adulting things plus YouTube and work stuff, but I also made an equivalent of a digital planner where you can put your homework assignments, quizzes, other important deadlines, and then link these to a class, which is a big block of information in your classes tab. That way you can compile important links and resources, reminders for yourself in one centralized area. The second way I use Notion is for content creation. I know many of you are not creators yourself, but I just wanted to say that it's a really great system where I also use a Kanban board to share my content calendar with my editors and other people who work with me. And finally, number 3, as a journal, Notion is great because I have 2 categories of journals. One is YouTube journal where I rant about my YouTube struggles and wins, and then number 2 for more personal entries. Then within each of these 2 journals, my entries will automatically have a date, and I can add a title for easier navigation if I want to find something in the future. Plus, overall in Notion, you can search and use AI to look up anything that you wrote. Notion is basically like your second brain. In conjunction with my Notion digital planner, I use the calendar app. The difference here is that instead of little tasks that have no particular start and end time, my calendar will have rigid blocks of time for events, appointments, and deadlines with reminders. I think it's essential to have a calendar app on your phone if you don't already, and here are 3 tips to use it well. Whenever you find out about an event and a possible event, block out that time on your calendar as soon as possible. For possible events, like say my friend and I were talking about getting dinner on Saturday at 6 p.m., but we don't know exactly where yet, then I will put a block and call it hold. This prevents me from overbooking myself. Number 2, whenever you get a syllabus or a list of deadlines, transfer all of those deadlines into your calendar as soon as possible with automated reminders, so it can give you a phone notification when it's coming up. This will save you from missing a homework deadline or quiz date. Number 3, networking is super beneficial even if you're in school, so use your calendar app to send shared invites. That way, all people in the party have this synced calendar block, and you don't have to rely on someone remembering about your commitment. Your brain is really awesome, but don't trust it too much because it will forget things. Don't trust your brain to remember everything. Just don't. That is what I have learned. And that's why when I'm out and about, the moment I think of something I should do or I think of an idea, I will pull out my notes app on my phone and jot it down. I swear every time I think,
I'll remember it,
I forget it, and it frustrates me so much. So just really get in the habit of using your notes app. That's a quick and simple one. Another top tip that successful, famous people talk about is reading. That's because knowledge is power, and consuming long-form content increases your ability to focus, your attention span, and it also elevates your conversion rate to absorb more useful information. But I know reading, again, takes a long time, which is why I love the app Shortform. So I do have a premium subscription to it, which I really love. I know this is not free, but I think you can still do a trial. But Shortform is just really amazing because it has all of the top self-development books, any book recommendation you can think of in a summarized format. And not only that, I have been listening to the summary format in audio form. Right now in the mornings when I'm making my oatmeal with turmeric and pepper, I listen to The Unfair Advantage. And what's cool is that Shortform will also include little notes and commentary about what the author is talking about. So you have a more comprehensive view of the information and advice. I was feeling pretty guilty about not sitting down to read like I used to for a while. So Shortform has been a great way for me to continue expanding my knowledge. Ouch. and being inspired by other people. We are in the age of AI, good or bad. But one thing's for sure, if we don't learn how to use it to make our lives better, then we're gonna fall behind. I have ChatGPT on my phone, and I love being able to ask it questions just like texting a friend. And ChatGPT's answers are also very structured, comprehensive, and easy to understand. Unlike when you type something into Google and you have to search through different links and synthesize the information yourself. Ooh, a great tip for using ChatGPT also is if you cook and you go in your fridge and you have like only 3 ingredients, you can put those 3 ingredients into ChatGPT and be like, make me a recipe that tastes good and uses these ingredients. And voila, dinner is served.
10 out of 10.
If you are a student, AI can make your learning faster, more efficient, and more fun. So the website I recommend is Thea. You can put in any subject you're studying, you can even drag in documents and PDFs, and Thea will make you flashcards, games, and tests so you can easily do active recall. An underrated study tip is mock exams, but sometimes it's hard to get past papers, so in Thea, you can customize your own quizzes and tests. For example, you can say, oh, I want a 15-minute test about AP Psychology Freud, and make the difficulty level hard. There's a bunch of other features in Thea that I've already talked about in previous videos, and as a lot of you have commented, you find Thea super helpful, so yeah, check it out if you're a student. I cannot believe how many of you have asked me whether it's okay to listen to music while studying or while doing chores. The short answer is absolutely. I love listening to music when I'm doing something. When I'm washing the dishes, I'm like belting my heart out to Celine Dion. And while doing certain types of homework, I put on my headphones and just jam out. This gets me actually excited to do the work or boring chore.
Don't you want me like I want you, baby? Don't you need me like I need you now? Sleep tomorrow, but tonight go crazy. All you gotta do is just meet me at the
But a few important caveats. When I do homework or any kind of work that involves reading English words, I will purposefully listen to music that either doesn't have words or it has lyrics in a different language, like K-pop. When it comes to multitasking and decreasing your attention span, understand what kinds of tasks you can do together. Like when I'm folding my laundry, I am not really thinking about folding. I can listen to songs, podcasts, audiobooks, because that uses a different part of my brain than what the task at hand requires. As a music lover, Spotify enhances my feel-good productivity, which, as coined by Ali Abdaal, is so important for you to be able to work on things more sustainably and happily. Speaking of Ali Abdaal, man, that guy is just amazing. He made his own app that I have been using, and it's called VoicePal. I actually paid for the subscription because I just liked it so much. I make videos, as you know, and I'm a professional overthinker, so VoicePal helps me capture my ideas and turn them into a nice written format for me to use later. Like last week, I was walking in New York on the way to Whole Foods, and I thought of this idea of how,
Wow, problem solving in math is really like problem solving in real life.
and I had all these things I wanted to write, but I was walking and I didn't want to bump into people. So I pulled out VoicePal and I just spoke my thoughts into it like a conversation. Your words don't even have to sound really good or be in coherent sentences. But then after VoicePal takes that little voice message, it will use AI to transcribe it in a way that's more organized and that you can easily read and turn into newsletters or notes in Notion for later. So if you're a writer, some kind of creator, or you just have a hyperactive brain like me, definitely try VoicePal. I think there's a trial you can do as well. I know productivity is the common term we all know and love, but I really think that VoicePal itself helps me greatly with efficiency. And Ali Abdaal, if you're watching this, great invention. Okay, finally, the unexpected app that can help with your productivity. Can you guess it in the comments before I tell you? Ooh, okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Social media. Instagram, YouTube, any other kind. So here's why, okay? Where does motivation or drive come from? I think for me, a lot of times it comes from inspiration, whether it's from myself or other people. When I see someone on social media that is just the right balance of relatable and aspirational, their content will actually get me off my butt and be like,
Wait, they're doing so great. I can do great too.
and so seeing that piece of content and being inspired in that moment will actually make me, ironically, put down my phone and start working. So yeah, how you leverage social media to be in your favor is if you curate your feed to be full of people who you look up to and where their actions can inspire you to think of your potential inside. For example, 2 people I follow where I look up to them and their content are Tamcore and Junya. Yay, this was a longer video that was more 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, blah, 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 apps that you can do, and I hope that it was helpful. Let me know what your favorite apps are and what I didn't cover. I love when you all share your ideas, so comment below your app that you would recommend and why, how you use it. As a bonus, this is an Ultra Human ring where I have an app, the Ultra Human app that links to it, and this tracks my sleep quality as well as my heart rate and exercise. But this is a little pricey, so that's why I didn't have it on the official list. But if you'd like, I do like the app a lot. Thank you so much, A-Team. Remember to level up your iPad game with ESR gear using the link in my description. It is truly so cool. This is the coolest iPad case I've ever had and ever used, and ouch, I just let it hit the monitor, but it's so durable, so it's okay. It's very hot today. It's super hot in November in New York, which is weird, and so I regret wearing this outfit, and I'm a lot worse at filming videos when I'm hot, so forgive me. Thank you again, and I'll see you next time. Oh my gosh. Roll over here, roll over here. Oh yeah, I like well, that's well, that why do I seem so stupid? Of course.
Hipping.
Yay, good job.